Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another beautiful episode to Daily Astrological Forecasts. Cause why not? It's Friday, April 6th, and I don't know why I'm super excited, but I feel like I need to be the one that represents Sagittarius energy, considering the fact that with the moon having left Sagittarius, we have nothing left in Sagittarius, guys. I feel so devastated right now. So in that case, I will be the ball of energy that Sagittarius needs as a representative. How y'all doing, guys? How you doing? It is Friday. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your lovely, that's not what's supposed to move, Friday morning, and you guys will definitely have a good one today. However, even while we are trying to have fun and enjoy ourselves and use this creative nature that Pisces is trying to send us with the authenticity that Aries wants us to exhibit, we also have a shit ton of Capricorn energy that we don't want to neglect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets in Capricorn, as you can see, quite a lot in here, and should not be neglected. Now again, we still do have a rather now becoming loose square between Mars and Mercury, but the more tight square between Saturn and Mercury, and this has been happening for several days now and is still continuing going on, only 2 degrees off, technically even less than that, because it is in the upper 50s minutes on the 7 degrees. So yeah, this is a little closer to about a degree and something as far as being off. And this is still going strong. This is definitely a very big learning opportunity to rework the way that we interpret information around us, and you know what our thoughts really are about ourselves, what we think about our own true authenticity, and how we express the genuinity, I don't even think that's a word, our genuine self to the world, right? Are we being honest with ourselves? Are we conducing ourselves with integrity, or are we putting up facades? Are we not being who we are meant to be, which Aries is constantly reminding us, be yourself. I mean, that has literally been the phrase for the last almost 3 weeks, but still like about 2.5 weeks now. Has been the motto of be yourself. And you know, Mercury retrograde has about another week and a half left, so you know, make use of this time. As for today, like I said, the moon has slipped into Sagittarius now. This is around 4:20 p.m. Today, so of course it's going to be in the afternoon. The moon will slip into Capricorn after going void of course for a while. And we're gonna have this moon conjunct Vesta experience at the beginning of Capricorn before you know, conjuncting Saturn. I don't want to say later today, maybe early tomorrow, because of the whole, you know, overnight time still going and whatnot. So you know, moon conjunct Vesta right now. What did I tell you guys about Vesta before, right? Vesta is being devoted to your sense of duty and responsibilities, right? Because we're talking about Capricorn here, and Capricorn don't fuck around, don't play around, and wants to get things work done. Like, if you've ever seen a serious person in your life, they're probably a Capricorn. Either moon, ascendant, or sun, depending whether they want to be serious, they act serious, or they need to be serious. I mean, it's just or even Mars, really, whether that's how they are all the time. Who knows, right? It just depends what type of Capricorn they are. But Capricorn literally is all about the seriousness of it all. It's the realizing the gravity and the magnitude of your actions and what that means, especially because having Mars conjunct Saturn still in Capricorn is literally teaching you that your actions have consequences and that you need to be very responsible with the things that you do and not act like an Aries over here and be a dumbass things without first thinking things through, and you know, getting yourself in trouble, which actually is what happens to me half the time because I am an Aries moon. But you know, sometimes we act before thinking and stick our feet into our mouths instead of someone else's ass like we're supposed to. I mean, what? That sounds weird. Anyway, so yeah, you know, Moon conjunct Vesta here is definitely telling us to really you know, put our emotions correctly when dealing with topics like this, right? So oftentimes we may want to have a shit ton of fun like a Sagittarius, or act retarded like an Aries, or be emotional everything like a Cancer, or wanting to be the star of the show like a Leo, or overanalyze everything like a Virgo, and yada yada yada, right? Moon coming up with Vesta is literally saying, all right, you need to chill with your emotions. You need to chill with your little over, what is it, emotional state and bullshit, right? You need to chill with your, with just whatever you have going on emotionally. And it's like, all right, you need to remember why you're doing what it is that you're doing. You need to remember why it is you're here in the first place. You need to remember why the fuck you started that video game, even though you now don't want to finish it, right? Whatever, it could be something big or small, right? But whether it means being in a relationship, accepting you know, a sponsorship and being a part of a team and having to do events, or literally choosing fucking pineapple with a pizza with pineapple, right? You know, that could be a horrible decision, and you realize now that Mars conjunct Saturn literally tells you to stop fucking putting pineapple on your pizza. Not really, but you know, that's kind of like the point in a not serious tone, because I am not Capricornian enough to deliver this message to you guys in a Capricornian fashion, which is to realize the gravity of your actions, and to realize that yes, you have the power to make anything possible and to achieve anything you wish. For that is the Capricornian way of, I will put my mind to something and I will get it done. But realize that your actions have consequences, and make sure that you remember why you became devoted to this cause in the first place. That's what this whole Capricornian shit is going on right now. It's literally a suppression of your radical emotions, which I basically mean very exacerbated or non-conducive emotions that are just blown out of proportion, and really take a look at things with the seriousness that it demands, so that you can kind of really understand really what's going on around you. Because even as I am kind of like joking around in my message, which, you know, I'm not, you know, how do I say this? Capricorn is also teaching me to be serious about my stuff, ain't it? But, you know, I am very serious in the message that I am presenting with you guys, even though I am saying it in a very jokingly way, because I want to represent the lacking of Sagittarius right now. You know, you too have to also kind of like step into that and realize, you know, why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why have I chosen this route? Why do I continue to engage in this, right? You know, these are questions that we're all kind of Capricorn really wants us to ask ourselves, especially during this Mercury retrograde, right? Which is hashtag review time. Virgo up in here representing, even though she's got absolutely no planets or signs or anything in there. But this Mercury retrograde is very, very Geminian and very Virgo-ish. So just keep that in mind, especially with all this feminine energy shifting around and just causing a stir everywhere. You know, this is very much the age of femininity right now, and they are not, you know, staying silent any longer, if you will, even on the asteroid front of things. So honestly, it's not necessarily a very hard day at all. However, I do believe that for today, April 6th, we kind of really need to realize that yeah, we can there's a time to have fun and there's a time to be serious about things. And at times we need to sit down and analyze certain things. Probably joking isn't the best way to go about things, you know. Maybe laying down the information on the table, sorting it out, and really trying to figure out all of this information requires a certain degree of seriousness to it, so that you can come to a more accurate conclusion, not, you know, act before thinking, and definitely kind of over reviewing the steps of how you got to where you are at this point. So very good day for self-analyzing, very good day for kind of like going over your own steps of how you ended up where you are now, and really formulating ideas of how to improve yourself. Because once Mercury comes out of retrograde, like I've been saying, it is the first step in taking actions to correct any issues or situations or, you know, whatever have you around us that hasn't been dealt with yet. Now, of course, you can also begin taking steps now, though the steps that you would be taking now is to close the cycles and bring completion and conclusion, so that you can then be prepared to step into uncharted territory. So yeah, no, really, this is also another really good day to just kind of get that going. If you're still having a bit difficulty and having a hard time really coming to grips with some of the things that we individually need to do, today is definitely a very good day to do so, and so will tomorrow for the most part, because the moon is going to remain in Capricorn for the next 2.5 days. So just keep that in mind, right? Just keep that in mind. But with that said, there's not a whole lot of really big changing how do I say this, aspects, or even there's not a whole lot going on. I'm kind of just waiting for Mars to get closer. It's already at 11 degrees. Once it gets to something like say 12, 13, that's when it's gonna start making a yacht, and we're gonna be seeing some really interesting energies. But for right now, that's not a thing yet. So give it about another day or two and that energy will begin to kick in, and we'll go ahead and discuss that as well. But for now, just realize that yeah, we can have some fun, yeah, we can chill out and stuff and entertain ourselves, but there are times when we need to be serious and take a look at things objectively, and use facts over emotions, because there's no worst way to enter any kind of conversation if you use your emotions as facts. So put your emotion aside, move forward with the seriousness of Capricorn, and look at your own actions and the actions that got you where you are objectively, and analyze them with the retrograding Mercury of Virgoian, I don't even know how to say that word, a Virgo energy that really needs to be applied. But with that said, thank you all for tuning in and listening to today's episode. If you missed yesterday's episode, go ahead and check that out. Up on the top left, right side, we have some extra content. If you still have not seen it, we got Venus and Vesta going into new signs. We don't have anything new coming up yet for actually quite a while, so these are going to be the last couple ingresses for the moment. Once Mercury goes direct, we will be making a video on that, so just stay tuned for that, and until then, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's episode. Peace.